All right, guys, and we are back today, joined by a 2025 recruit. Whether you're an Oklahoma fan, you're a Texas fan, Texas A&M, or Notre Dame, you're going to like this one. Four-star defensive lineman out of Cypress, Texas, Landon Rink is joining us. How are you doing?
I'm doing good today. Slept good last night. Excited.
You surviving the heat down there?
Yeah, it's getting pretty hot. I was on a boat yesterday and I was burning up. It's
All
bad.
right. So, what lake did you guys go to?
I went to Lake Conroe.
Okay. Okay, Lake Conroe. So, Lake Conroe. So, I'm assuming you're close to Conroe, Texas. Do you guys play Conroe, Texas in high school?
No, we don't play them, but we're like an hour away, I'd say.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, what's the fishing like down there? Because I like fishing and I like to get out of some good spots. I'm trying to scope out some good spots for next year to take a fishing tour. So, is it good fishing out there at Conroe Lake?
I would say there's some good fishing. Yeah.
All right. All right. Cool. Do you like to fish at all?
I'm not really a fisherman type of guy.
It's all right. I like to cut them up. I like to eat them. I like to do the whole shebang. But enough about me, Landon. Let's go ahead. Let's dive into a little bit about you because that's what everybody's here to see. That's what everybody's here to watch. So go ahead and just tell us a little bit more about you, where you've grown up, where you go to high school.
Yes, sir. I'm originally from Dallas, Texas. I was born in Dallas. And then I moved to Cypress my freshman year because my dad coached at Duncanville and Cedar Hill in Dallas, and then we moved to Cypress. He got a job at Cy-Fair, and my freshman year, I've been at Cypress ever since.
Okay. Okay. I like it. And so you play Texas high school football. Just so people are aware, Cypress is in the state of Texas. And if you were not aware of that. So give everybody a little bit of insight of what it's like to play Texas high school football, because in reality, I don't think there's any other football outside of college that matches up to Texas high school football.
Yeah, Texas high school football is just a different level, especially 6A, D1. It's the highest level football you could play, I would say, in the country in high school because it's just next level. Everyone has athletes. Everyone has a scheme they're going to run. Everyone that works as hard as they can to have the best possible, and it's amazing to play against great competition every week. And I don't really think I think any other state can compete with Texas. Texas just has the best football overall.
Now, what is the most elite talent? Like, who's the best player you've ever played against at the Texas high school football level?
My freshman year, uh, I played against Harold Perkins my freshman year, and we lost pretty bad. But it was bad. It was bad. We lost 63-21. And I had my that was the game I start. That was my first game I started, so that was like one of my breakout games, but it was bad.
My goodness. I don't know if you've been watching what he did last year at LSU in his first year, but dude is freaky talented.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh yeah, I watched what he did last year, and I'm like, that should have been the number one player in the recruiting class. And I believe he came out in 2022. He should have been the number one at that point. But you know what? Sometimes those evaluations are wrong. But Brant or Landon, I want to hear a little bit more just about your recruitment and what this recruiting process has been like for you. So, give us a little bit of insight to who are some of the big schools that are recruiting you, and who do you have the best relationship with?
So my recruitment, it started all the way back my freshman year, and I got offered by Texas Tech first. Was my first offer when I've known Coach McGuire since I was like 5 years old. So I've known him for a while. That was my first offer, and then Texas came in early on me, and then after that was OU and A&M and Notre Dame and all them. So it's become pretty fast, and I've had the best relationships with, I would definitely say, OU, A&M, Texas, and Notre Dame. I had to say I talk to them all the time, and I really feel a great connection with all the coaches there.
Yeah, and Joey McGuire out there at Texas Tech, he's doing something different. I hear it all the time in interviews with players about just how he's building that program, and I think you see it. He's about to land a 5-star wide receiver in Micah Hudson, who a lot of people thought was a Texas Longhorn lock for a long time. But What has that relationship been like with Coach McGuire? That's always been one that intrigues me because I think they could be the new top dogs in the Big 12 when Oklahoma and Texas completely exit next year.
Yeah, no, I love Coach McGuire. He's such a great guy. I first talked to him again when he was at Baylor. I went to a Baylor camp and he wanted to offer me there, but when I was an 8th grader going on my freshman year, but he said he has to wait. He said they had to wait on me. So I was his first offer in the 2025 class when he got the head coach job at Texas Tech. And he's just a great guy. He does everything right. I love that. I love that man. It's awesome.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. This Texas Tech, they're giving everybody a problem on the recruiting trail. And like I said, I think they're going to be at the top here pretty soon when, of course, Oklahoma and Texas leave the Big 12. But Landon, go ahead and just give us a little bit of insight to what has been the best stadium that you've been to. And then to follow that up, who has been the funniest recruiter that you've met so far?
The best stadium I've been in, I'd have to say would definitely be Texas or OU Stadium. Well, no, also Kyle Field's also nice, but I'll say the best stadium would be Texas because I went to the Alabama Texas game and that game was it was packed, like it was insane. And then the funniest recruiter, I would have to say Coach Bo at Texas. He was pretty funny.
Coach Bo at Texas. Now, I'm assuming so he probably tells good jokes. What makes him so funny? Is it just he can turn a normal conversation into something that makes you laugh, or does he just really just tell the best jokes?
Sometimes he just out of nowhere just says a joke and it's funny. I just start laughing. It's all like I don't know the word to say. Yeah, I don't know. He just says some funny stuff sometimes.
Okay, I love to hear. So you said Texas, and then you were like Oklahoma, and I'm like, and then you said Aggie Kyle Field, and I'm like, all right, well, Texas A&M, their stadium's huge, and then you were like Alabama, Texas. What was that atmosphere like? Because I'm watching this game at home, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Texas has a real shot at beating Alabama. It was hot, and it looked like the players were dying, but I'm assuming as a fan perspective, and I'm assuming you like the Longhorns a little bit, being from Texas, it was an incredible experience. So what was that game like?
No, that game was crazy. I really thought Texas was gonna win, but Quinn got injured. But that every play, the fans were yelling, screaming. Everyone was loud on their feet. The defense was hyped up, offense hyped up. But that was probably one of the best games I've ever seen, like ever.
That's interesting. I like to hear that because they got them coming up this year, and I've said it. I think Texas gets the Big 12 championship game. I think their 1 or 2 losses are to Alabama, and then I think that second one is with Oklahoma. If they lose to Oklahoma, I'm back. You can't ever call that game. It's just such a toss-up. One team could be literally 0 wins and be without the starting quarterback, and the other. It's crazy how that game works every year. But Alabama, that's the question mark. If Texas can have a chance of going undefeated, if they can beat Texas, or if Texas can beat Alabama, they'll be just fine. So, but go ahead and tell us. Because we got a lot of OU fans that like the show, so we got to throw them a nugget here. And as you can tell, I'm an Oklahoma fan as well. What is your relationship like with those coaches and that staff there? And who's your primary recruiter at Oklahoma?
So my primary recruiter is Coach Bates, and I have an amazing relationship with Coach Bates. I talk to him all the time. I went up there last time, and my parents basically just dropped me off, and I just hung out with him a lot. I couldn't participate in the camp last time because I had turf toe, but I was watching the camp, and he was just talking to me about everything, and I ate lunch with him, did all that, and talked. I was there for a while. I had a great time. I have a great connection with Coach Bates.
So I'm assuming since Coach Bates is recruiting you, you're probably going to be more of an inside guy, or has Miguel Chavis kind of been there as well, and they talk about maybe utilizing you in the inside and the outside depending on whatever the scheme they need to run?
Yeah, they said I talked to Coach Chavis a lot too. They both recruit me, but I think I will definitely play a 3 and 5 because 3 technique, 5 technique is basically the same technique because you're both the outside shade of the guard or tackle. So it's they said I could play 3 and 5, but also they said I could play everywhere on the line.
Okay. Okay, I like to see that. I like to see that. So, you've been to Oklahoma, you've been to Texas. Have you been to any other schools like Notre Dame? I mean, obviously Texas A&M is probably closer to you too, but you've got offers from the likes of Oregon and Nebraska and some other schools like that. So, have you been to any of the other schools outside of Texas and Oklahoma?
I've been to A&M, I think 4 times, but outside of that, I haven't been to any other schools like outside, like far away. Like Oklahoma's the farthest school I've gone to. I've been to TCU and Texas Tech, so mostly just close schools. Uh, I've been really trying to get up to Notre Dame, but it just hasn't really been working out. I'm gonna try to get up there for Junior Day this year, but yeah, I'm
Okay.
trying to work that out still.
Now, what does that relationship look like with Marcus Freeman? So last year, first year head coach for him, but he's obviously been at Notre Dame. He was the defensive coordinator there. So what does that relationship look like there? And, is there the potential that you're like, hey, yeah, I'm cool with traveling way far outside of home and going to a place like Notre Dame?
Yeah, no, I have a great relationship with Coach Washington, and I talked to Coach Freeman a couple times on the phone, and I really feel it's a possibility that I definitely could go to Notre Dame because it's a great program with a great history, and I have a great bond with the DC, the D line coach, and Coach Freeman as well. I feel like it definitely could be a possibility.
Yeah, so kind of talking about what I was talking about with leaving the state. What is going to go? Do you kind of have an idea of what you're looking for when you're looking at a place to go play college ball? Like, is there a list of criteria that you're looking for everybody to meet, or at least to have a majority of that list met?
Yes, sir. I want to play for a coach that is gonna get me to that next level and develop me great. I want to go to a school with uh, like the right degree for me. I want to go to a school that I know that the D line coach is gonna stay there while the time I'm there and not like leave. Like, and not saying like it's bad, but if I want to have a coach there all 4 years or 3 years, however long I'm there, that recruited me, and yeah, I just
Okay.
want to also a great connection with the coaches.
Okay. Now, outside of the staff, is there specific things that you look for in terms of facilities, the recovery treatments that they have? Do you specifically want to talk to there's a recruit in 2024, right? He is specifically looking at the strength and conditioning coaches, and yeah, he knows his position coach, his offensive line coaches, he knows who they are, but he's really trying to make that decision based off the strength and conditioning coaches and kind of what their programs look like. So is there anything like that to you where you go, okay, I'm looking for somebody that's got the best facilities. If I get hurt, what does their recovery look like? And would they be able to get me back on the field quickly?
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking for a school that has a great, off season program and a great, physical trainers that can get if you do have an injury and get you back on the field quickly. And that's very important for me.
Okay. All right. Love to see it. Well, hey, let's go into some fun questions. I like to always, let everybody get to know you just a little bit deeper, but we'll start off with the fun one. This is when we ask everybody pineapples on pizza. What's your take?
Yes, pineapples on pizza, definitely. It works together.
I still haven't tried it. I don't know if I will, but I still haven't tried it. Everybody says I need to because that's literally a common answer we get.
Yeah, it's good.
So on a Friday night, you're sitting down in your bed or on the couch, you're turning on Netflix or Plex or whatever you got. What show, what movie are you turning on?
Mm. I'm definitely a show. I'll watch Rick and Morty, and then movie. I don't know. I would say probably one of the Captain America movies or Avengers movies.
All right, I'm taking it Captain America is your favorite Avenger.
Yes, yes, sir.
So have you watched any of the new stuff that Marvel's got going on, or are you one of those people where it's like, okay, it's too weird for me. I don't really know what's going on at this point.
Yeah, I haven't really watched any of that new stuff yet. I want to watch the Guardians of the Galaxy though.
That was actually really good.
It
But
is.
if you really want to get launched into the new phase of Marvel, you got to go watch the Ant-Man and the Wasp, the Quantumania. It's a little weird, it's a little funky, but it sets up the entire new direction of where they're going. So,
Okay.
all right. So, well, just a couple more. Going back to the recruiting, talk a little bit of Oklahoma and Texas. So, looks like we're coming back in a battle again. Oklahoma fans, Texas fans, they love battling each other on the recruiting trail. Don't have to answer it, but if you had to pick today, We're putting a gun to your head. You had to pick today. Who you going with?
I don't know. It's
How about this? We will rephrase the question where you have to pick a winner of the Big 12, Oklahoma or Texas. It's only those two options. Who you picking?
I would have to say I would think Texas would win the Big 12 this year.
All right. All right. You heard it here first. Landon thinks they're going to win the Big 12 if
Yeah.
it comes down to Oklahoma and Texas. All right. Well, hey, Landon, I really appreciate you coming on. Really appreciate giving us an opportunity to learn more about you and giving us some insight to your recruitment. Where can the people find you on social media?
Landon Rink. Just Landon Rink. That's it.
Okay. Twitter, Instagram, all those?
Yeah, just Landon Rink, no space. That's what it is on everything.
Okay. All right, guys. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like, hit the subscribe button. You all know the drill, so I don't really feel like I need to go through it again with you guys. But Landon, again, we really appreciate you coming on the show.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.